Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Dragon Quest VIII. Today we're doing the next of the Dragovian Trials, the Silver Dragon. This is the third dragon in the line, I think. And he has 5,030 hit points. He's the last dragon that you can sap. And he has a lot of defense, so you want to do that. You know, give yourself that advantage. He can make 2 attacks per round. Can do desperate attacks, can unerringly put one of your characters to sleep with his eye gleam, and breathe cold breath. Now, if you don't mitigate the cold breath with, say, an ice shield or ensaladal or just any equipment, it'll do like 220 points of damage to you. So, you know, that's really dangerous if you don't mitigate it, but it's thankfully not that hard to mitigate. You just got to remember to keep up the defensive buffs. He can heal himself, which is not really that big of a deal. It just has the effect of possibly extending the battle maybe one more round. It's not that big of a deal. Can throw the wave of ice at you, which is always irritating. But at this point in the game, I'm pretty sure that everybody is used to dealing with waves of ice. And just consider it, you know, the cost of doing business when you're fighting one of these bosses. He also has the fizzle spell. I've never, ever had any problems with the fizzle spell. I've seen him cast it, but, I mean, it has never been, like, particularly detrimental to my ability to continue to fight in these battles. So, I've never made any particularly special preparations to prevent it. As for killing the boss, you're going to want to, like I said, remove his defense. Helm Splitter is probably the way to go with that. If you don't want to do Helm Splitter, then you can cast the Sap spell. Unfortunately, I got really unlucky with my Sap effects. He does have a lot of resistance to it, but it is totally worth doing. There are alternate strategies. In the next video, you're going to see me fight the Gold Dragon. I'm fairly certain that the Gold Dragon and the Silver Dragon are almost identical in their resistances. They have almost the same hit points. Really the main difference between their stats is that the Gold Dragon cannot be sapped. So, like, if you don't want to sap the monster, you can actually use a similar strategy to what I do in the next fight, which just includes me attacking him with temporal of tensioning up until I got like 50 tension, and then I hit him with a spell. Let's see, Kafrizzle works reasonably well on the Silver Dragon if you want to do that, but he takes full damage from Zap elemental stuff. So if you've got Giga Gash, Giga Slash from swords, or Kazap, or Lightning Storm, I think, is the ultimate spear ability. If you've got those, then those work reasonably well. The same thing for Angelo. You know, he's got Lightning Storm on his swords. He's got Shining Shot. All of those are Zap elemental, and they do really good damage. He also takes full damage from Bang elemental. So if you've sent Yangus down scythes, he learns a move called Big Banga, which does really good damage here. I did none of those things, so I'm having to do it this way. There's really not much to say other than that. You know, just kind of similar to what we did in the previous battles. Just Dragon Slash after you've removed his defense. Like I said, I had a lot of trouble removing his defense here. But once you've removed his defense, you can really start piling on the damage with Dragon Slash. If you find yourself with a free turn for Angelo, then having him use Shining Shot, Lightning Storm, I'm trying to think, is there another move in any of his other... I don't think there's any other moves he gets that would really be useful in that situation. So if you went swords or bows, then, you know, Shining Shot or Lightning Storm would be the way to go, especially, you know, if he ends up for some reason in super high tension. Get a good whack in with that. Jessica, you want to have her use Kafrizzle, or if she doesn't have Twin Dragon Lash. Once you have removed his defense, Twin Dragon Lash is obviously the best thing that she can do. But if you find yourself in my position that I was in earlier, and he's being stubborn about his defense, then you can use Jessica's Tension with a Kafrizzle and do pretty good damage. Now I'm going to talk about some of the items I went to get in I like having my inventory, and if you need more. Alright, so I like to carry lots and lots and lots of, make sure I have plenty of Yggdrasil Dew and Elven Elixirs. Like, I like to have, you know, Angelo carry 2, Jessica carry 2, my hero carry 1 or 2. Yangus doesn't need the Elven Elixirs, but I need to make sure everybody has enough MP for the really long battles. Especially Angelo, because, well, he spends most of his time casting Kazing, unfortunately. And that's a really, really pricey spell. It's 15 MP per cast. So he can go a good long time casting that and multi-heal and full heal, but he will eventually run out of MP. As you can see there, he's down to 34. Thankfully, Elven Elixirs are really, really easy to make. So what you want to do to get them is you want to go to pick them and go into the casino and just buy, you know, however many you want to make. Each Elven Elixir requires 2 magic waters. So just kind of map out how many Yggdrasil Dews and magic waters you want, and then buy that many magic waters. And did I say anyway, Elven Elixirs and Yggdrasil Dews you want, and then buy that many magic waters. And then what you want to do is, if you remember, way back in the day, we went to a tree for Bomrin's Bell, and there was an Yggdrasil leaf there. Well, that Yggdrasil leaf infinitely spawns. So what you do is you go there, you wait for the tree to pop up, because it only pops up for a certain time during the night, and you stand there with your instant alchemy pot, and you just make Yggdrasil Dews. And you give as many Yggdrasil Dews as you want, and then you turn some of those Yggdrasil Dews into Elven Elixirs. Yggdrasil Dew is an Yggdrasil leaf and a magic water, and a Elven Elixir is an Yggdrasil Dew and another magic water. So, really easy to make, really worth having in your inventory. They are leagues better than any other item you could, any other consumable item you could carry into the battle. There's really not anything else that even comes close to wanting to, like, carry in your inventory over those 2 items. You know, other than maybe an Yggdrasil leaf, but you're unfortunately limited to just one of those once you use all of the ones you find in chests up, which I've already done at this point. So, yeah. I really can't think of anything else to say about this boss. I mean, we're slowly whittling him down. I have playing this battle pretty conservatively. I probably could have beaten him faster by using the same strategy I use on the Gold Dragon, in all honesty, but I already didn't do that. And if you want to try the strategy I use on the Gold Dragon, well then just on the Silver Dragon, then just look in the next video, and then, you know, you'll see what I did. I don't think the strategies are entirely, like, equitable, because the 2 dragons have 2 different move sets. You know, they have very similar hit points and very similar resistances, but they have 2 entirely different move sets. This dragon has Cold Breath and can fizzle you and can Wave of Ice you, and, you know, the next dragon can't do any of that. Which, you know, the fact that the next dragon doesn't Wave of Ice you makes it in a lot of ways easier than this one. So, yeah. This dragon is actually probably the first hump that I felt, the first roadblock I felt I hit when the first time I did this. Like, I didn't really have any problems with the Vermilion Dragon and the Emerald Dragon. They actually killed me once each, but that was just me going into the battles trying to, and you getting a feel for what's going on, and then once you get a feel for it, they didn't kill me anymore. So this dragon, it took me, the first time I played this game and did the bonus stuff, he took me 5 tries, I think, somewhere around in there, 5 or 6. And the gold dragon, for me, I beat him on my second try too. So, like, you know, I beat the gold dragon on the second try. It took me 3 or 4 tries for the dark steel dragon, and it took me more tries for the next.
Well done. You fought with
I'm sorry, I had to take a moment to realize what I said there. It took me 4 tries for the divine dragon, and it took me weeks to finish the last dragon off. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how many attempts that make. It's just a really long marathon. And, well, you know. So anyway, that concludes the silver dragon.
Very well. You shall.
Like I said, I think he's the first roadblock that a well-prepared player will run into. If you are complacent and all, he will destroy you. And next time, we are going to fight the gold dragon, who I think is a lot easier, actually, than the silver dragon. I think I mentioned that before. So, I'll see you then.
To test your might with another trial, return to the Dragovian sanctuary and seek me out. When you do, be prepared to feel the full power of the Lord of the Dragovians. Very well. I shall transport you back to the sanctuary.